Hello, everyone, and welcome to Create This Book episode number 26 by me and Mariah Elizabeth. I am back in the Create This Book today. It's been a little while since I've last seen her, and she's quite full at the moment, and I really don't have that many prompts left. So be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss me completing the Create This Book, and let's get creating. The first prompt of the day is to create a combo, so I'm supposed to choose two of my favorite things and merge them together. So instantly what came to mind for me was the 52 card deck that I created 2 years ago for spooky season, and I wanted to pick two of these cards and then merge them together into one idea. So there were so many to choose from, but I chose this pumpkin card and this fall leaves card to try and make a really cool fall picture all together in one. So I'm going to combine these two drawings into one mega drawing that hopefully represents pumpkins and leaves at the same time. I started sketching out my design and things were going well until the hand. I always am scared that my art is going to be flagged as AI just because I cannot draw hands, and that's like a marker of AI fake art. But I tried to fix it and make it a little better, so I think I did. But my plan for this one is to combine a character using the leaves and the pumpkin, and I always love a cute little pumpkin character. So I drew this cute face, tried to erase it with a bad eraser. What an artist's nightmare. I'm having to draw hands and use bad erasers. Things are not looking good, but I do like how this little sketch is turning out. Like I was saying, I wanted to do a cute little pumpkin character, but I wanted to make it way more colorful and bright this time to make it more resemble the fall leaves of the other card. So I added in a whole bunch of fall leaves in the background, and now it's time to outline. I just got this new calligraphy pen, and I wanted to try and practice line width variation, so this is my first time ever using this pen. Loved it. I'll link it down below. But anyway, then I went ahead and just outlined the whole thing, and now it's time to really blend all of these together with a lot of bright colors. I'm going to be using all of the bright colors of fall mixed with the kind of spooky vibes of the pumpkin one with some blues and of course a pumpkin orange. For this coloring, I wanted to keep it a little more playful and bright than the spooky vibes. I want to add in more of those fall colors and make it feel more like a peaceful fall than like a spooky fall. So I'm trying to add in some cute design elements to make it read more harvesty and more fall leaf feeling than more spooky vibes. So I'm going with a softer color palette. As you guys already know, fall is my favorite time of year, so I really want to make sure that this drawing feels like the epitome of fall. It's combining pumpkins and fall leaves, which is obviously a fall staple, so I really want it to just feel like a cozy autumn day in a picture, in a character, combining the two cards that I've made. So that's really the goal here. I decided to go with a soft, naturey green color for the sweater. I feel like I'm combining all of the spooky colors into one. We've got green, orange, and purple. I feel like those are top tier Halloween time spooky season colors, so I'm really happy about that, and I love that they're kind of toned down to give that softer vibe and element. And then after that, I started going in with the details and the background colors. I kept the background the same as the fall leaves one to keep it a little more similar, and of course I had to add a little bit of blush on the pumpkin. Then it was time for one of the most important parts, the fall leaves in the background. I loved how in the leaf one that I did before, I had these really pretty gradient leaves, so I tried to do a whole bunch of those in the background by using some oranges and reds and yellows and greens to create a fun fall leaf effect. And then it was time for my favorite part, the gel pen details. This time I did not only use a white gel pen, but I also busted out my sparkly colorful gel pens, so I added in some blue to the background, some purple sparkles to the hat. Of course, anywhere that I could, I had to make it shine. So once I was done adding in as many sparkles as I could, I rounded the corners to finish it off, and here it is. I think it is so cute, and I think it really blends a little pumpkin person with the fall leaves design and makes it a softer, more playful look. So here are the two cards, and here is the result of the combining of the two of them. I think it turned out so cute, and it's also fun to see the improvement because I made those cards 2 years ago, so it's really fun. But now it's time for the next prompt of the day, and I will show this one again at the end. But let's move on, and the next prompt is to create a wall. So I'm supposed to pretend the page is a wall and create graffiti. I think graffiti art is so cool, but as you could see based on my last drawing, it's very different than my normal style. So what I decided to do was take a black Posca pen and go ahead and just start drawing doodles of a whole bunch of spooky things. I got on a kick with fall and I decided to keep it on a roll, so I just wanted to draw a whole bunch of fun little Halloween and spooky season type of drawings. So I added in little monsters and skulls and spider webs and bugs and potion bottles, just anything that came to mind, and tried not to overthink it too much. I wanted it to read a little bit more spontaneous, maybe like a type of graffiti art might be. So I tried to not overdo it. I wanted to keep the style very loose and different than my normal style. So I just filled the space with a whole bunch of different drawings. Then I came in with a smaller detailed pen and went ahead and just added little lines. And then I brought in some markers to add color to the art. I wanted to make it look kind of pop arty and comic book style, so I did some little pow type of action around some of the pictures, and then I just did kind of loose coloring everywhere. It wasn't super neat, and I didn't want it to be. I felt like that would take away from the graffiti type style, so I went ahead and just kind of put color, like kind of splashed it per se, everywhere that I wanted to. And I really love the theme of this one. I love that it has just little spooky things all over it, and I love the little pops of color here and there that aren't too overwhelming. This one was really quick, but I actually think it turned out pretty cute, even though it's very different from my usual style. I especially love this little ghost there, but I love all of it. I think it turned out so cool, and I haven't used these markers in a really long time, but Crayola really came through. That pink color is pretty. Now it's time to create timed decoration. So I have exactly 10 minutes to fill this page. So I decided to grab a piece of paper, and since I clearly need some hand practice, I picked a picture off of Pinterest and I decided to try and practice drawing a hand. So I went ahead and just started out with my basic form, and I was really scared about this. I thought it was not going to come together. I thought that after 10 minutes, even though, that's a decent amount of time, I thought I was going to have nothing but a very scary sketch resembling 5 digits, maybe if I was lucky. But I went ahead and created this picture, and I even got to outline it and do some line art and details on it. So I was actually really happy about that. I went ahead and just sketched it out and tried to focus on refining all of the shapes. In art, it obviously helps. You've heard this before, I'm sure, but to break everything down into shapes. So I really tried to practice doing that, and this was really good and fun practice. I'm actually glad that it went well. It probably helped that I had already been drawing, so I had some warm-up time beforehand, but it actually went really well. So maybe this is your sign to try to draw something that you know that you struggle with. I don't know, maybe it's a horse, maybe it's hands, whatever your art nightmare is. Maybe today's the day. Give it a little try. Set a little 10-minute timer and suffer with me. So then I went ahead and just continued my outlines, and I decided to add it to the Spooky Vibe collection by adding in a little floating eyeball kind of creepy thing. That's what the reference on Pinterest that I was using had. I didn't come up with this. I just used it for practice. And then I went ahead and just added in a whole bunch of line art and details to make it really come to life and just to have a little bit more practice in there. I thought 10 minutes was going to be a real challenge, and granted I didn't add any colors. I knew that would be way too ambitious, but it actually felt like a good amount of time, and it gave me enough time to add in the details that I was happy with. But I had a lot of fun doing this one. It was a good challenge, and that's what I love about this Create This book, is it's really fun to give you new ideas, and I don't take things too seriously. I just create and try new things, and my number one goal is to just enjoy the process, learn new things, and not take it too seriously. So this was a really fun prompt to do that with, and it actually turned out to be a really cool drawing, and it was really fun to create, and hopefully it helps me me get better at drawing hands. But here it is at the end. I popped it into the book and here's how it turned out. I think especially for 10 minutes, it looks pretty good. And I love that it goes along with the spooky vibes that I've done through these last 3 prompts. Here is the one I did before it where I created some graffiti and it turned out to be super fun. It's definitely more playful, but I love the style of it and it was super fun to do. And then here is the one where I used 2 of my Halloween art cards from 2 years ago to create a combination and combine them into a whole new drawing that took elements from the 2 and made it into one. I love this one. It's so cute and playful. And then finally, the last one that I did was the timed decoration where I drew a hand in 10 minutes using a reference on Pinterest, and it turned out to be pretty spooky cool. This one was definitely my favorite though. I love this little pumpkin vibe and of course the fall moment. Which one was your favorite though? Let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. This Create This book is getting so full. Like and subscribe so you can see it finished. It's almost there. Bye!